Hi everyone, welcome to Nana's Tiny Kitchen. And when I say tiny kitchen, I really mean a tiny kitchen. Okay, now there's no excuse because I have this tiny kitchen and I create a lot of great food. So I want to see you guys out there cooking and send me some recipes and whatever you're doing, I'm sure it's wonderful. Today, because 'tis the season, we're going into summertime soon. I hope the snow is over with where we live in upstate New York because I'm really tired of it. Anyway, we're thinking about Memorial Day, doing the barbecue thing, and I'm sure you people that live in the southern states probably have already been doing that all season. But for us, if we get a day of sunshine and it's 50 degrees, we might throw a steak on the grill. But other than that, we wait until around Memorial Day and we start grilling. So today I'm going to do the infamous onions for the hot dogs. You ever go to the hot dog truck and you get a hot dog with those delicious onions on top? Now, when I was a kid, we had a hot dog truck that was not too far away. And on Saturdays, my dad would take us over there as a treat and I would get 2 hot dogs. And I know you're going to go la 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 la, but I used to get them with ketchup and onions on it. I was a kid that liked ketchup on the hot dog. Now I like mustard and all that other stuff, but with the onions, I always like the ketchup on there. But you can have it any way you want. I'm just going to show you how to do the onions. It's really easy. The only thing is the ingredients part is pretty easy. It's just you got to go low and slow. It takes a couple of hours for all the flavors to come together. What's good about this recipe is that you can bag it or stick it in a container and stick it in your freezer. Thaw it out when you're going to have that barbecue. Make a lot. Keep half in your fridge, half in your freezer. I'm going to make a substantial batch, and I'm going to freeze it because I'm thinking about my Memorial Day barbecue plans. Okay, so I'm heating up this pot right now. It's probably too hot. Hey, you're not supposed to be smoking. Anyway, I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, first and foremost. Just give it a couple of swirls. Because we want to saute these onions. I chopped up the equivalent of about 2 medium-sized, nice sweet Vidalia onions. And we're going to get those in the pan. Hopefully this isn't too hot. I think we'll survive. The only thing I had to get used to was cooking on a electric stove. It's huge difference from cooking on a gas stove. Hey, wait a minute. How did you get in there? Hold on one second. You're not supposed to be in there yet. Got plans for you. Okay, this is 1 very large clove of garlic. You could use 2 smaller ones if you want. What we want to do right now is get these onions sweated out and softened up. In the meantime, we'll start adding our ingredients. The salt that we add to this is going to help wilt those onions down and speed up the process. We have a little bit of sugar here. We have some salt. I have, whoops, wow, we're noisy today. That even scared me. Okay, we have the equivalent of about 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Now, if you have a can of peeled plum tomatoes in your cabinet, put it in the processor for a couple of seconds to smooth it out, because this is a smooth sauce. This is not a chunky sauce. I don't want to see you buying anything from the jar. You could and pretend I don't see you. Okay, these are starting to wilt down beautifully. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Here's my salt. I'm going to do about a teaspoon at the moment. Now, I could not wait when I was a kid on Saturdays to go to this one place, and any of my friends that have lived on Long Island or still live on Long Island know the place that I'm talking about. Even people in the city, if you mentioned the name of this hot dog place, they knew exactly what you were talking about. I'm going to grate up, like I said, 1 large clove of garlic. If you only have shaker garlic, I'm looking at it probably maybe equivalent of about a half a teaspoon. We don't want the garlic to overpower the onions. The whole point is the onions. Now, if I tell you I've been trying for 35 years to get this recipe, because there was nothing better than these hot dogs. Okay. See, we got some on there too. The two all sauteed. Ooh, smells nice. Now we're going to add our oregano. Let me take the cover off so I can make sure it's oregano. Let's see, that's about a teaspoon and a half. I'm going to squeeze it a little bit to wake up that flavor. For now, it's a teaspoon and a half until I get them going, and then I'll see if they need any more than that. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of sugar. I'm going to do a teaspoon of sugar. And I have my red pepper flakes, but you don't have to put them in if you don't want to. I like it a little spicy, but it's entirely up to you. Okay, the onions are starting to wilt down. I smell all of the flavors coming together. There's nothing like onion and garlic cooking in a really, really good olive oil. Make these with your favorite hot dogs. I actually like the natural casing hot dogs, like to bite into a hot dog and have a little bit of that snap to it. Okay, now I'm going to add my sauce. This was my jarred sauce from my garden from last summer. And it may look very saucy right now, but this is going to cook down quite a bit. Now I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Oh. I wanted to add about another tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to add about the equivalent of about a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, not too much. I was absolutely and completely obsessed with this recipe. It's just one of those things when you're a kid, when you have really, really good food and you're like, oh, I got to figure out how to make this. Through trial and error, this is where we're at right now. I'm going to take my spoon here and give it a taste to make sure. Now I'm going to add my red pepper flakes, but like I said, if you don't want it on the spicy side, the place where I was thinking of when I was a kid, they didn't put the red pepper flakes. I just like it because I like a little kick to it. There's no such thing as too much red pepper flake, in my opinion. I'm going to add a little bit more oregano, probably about another teaspoon. Give it a squeeze. Now, this is going to cook for at least an hour. You're going to put it on low, just like you would do any sauce. And I'm going to tilt the lid because I want it to cook down a lot. Instead of keeping it covered like you would a spaghetti sauce and then a little bit before you take the cover off. This one, I'm going to tilt it and I'm going to leave it on probably like medium low. And when we come back, we'll make some hot dogs. Okay, here we go. Hot dogs are cooking. I got 4 in here. When you do your hot dogs, just like if you want them like the food trucks do them, you know, what we used to call the dirty water dogs. Shallow pan, not a lot of water. You know, hot dogs are cooked already. We just want to heat them all the way through. And my onions have been going for a good hour and 40 minutes. The longer you let them go, I put the cover on all the way. Probably for the last half an hour, the cover's been on all the way, and I turned it down even lower. It reduced quite a bit, but you want those onions to be nice and soft and delicious, and all those flavors to marry. Here we go. We're going to do the taste test. Okay, I put a little screen on the top of here because what I was doing was taking my buns and kind of steaming them. That one I did already. If you give it a few seconds, you can get them nice and steamed. If you're outside barbecuing, you can certainly toast your buns. That's totally up to you. Now I'm going to make one up for me. I got my plate here. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe I should turn this a little bit this way so you guys can see. I did add another, after the first hour and 20 minutes, I kind of did a taste test on it. And I added about another teaspoon of sugar to it. I like it a little bit on the sweet side. Besides the fact that any kind of sauce, adding sugar to a sauce also helps with the heartburn because it reduces the acid in the sauce. And if you still have a problem with it, take a whole potato, peel it, drop it in there with the onions, let it cook. Same with the regular red sauce, Italian sauce. Do the same thing. Peel the potato, drop it right in whole, let it cook with your sauce. Then when the sauce is done, take the potato out. You can actually eat the potato. It's not going to bother you, but what it does is it takes all the acid out of the sauce. Okay, these are looking, whoops, they're looking good. Boy, I got the droppy flippies today, I have to tell you. Oh, nice and soft and steamed up beautifully. Let's take this off. Now, you guys are going to be kind of mad at me because I'm going to do it this way, but this is the way I like to eat them. You can certainly put whatever, mustard, ketchup, hot sauce, whatever you want to put, but I like ketchup on this one. Do your mustard. Everybody else likes mustard. I like ketchup. But what I like to do is I like to put it underneath the hot dog. And the reason why I like the ketchup with it is because it adds an extra sweetness to that sauce. Just a really, really great flavor. Okay, let me grab a dog. Place my dog right there. And get me a spoon. Like I said, I got the droppies today. I don't know why. Cooked all the way through. Nice and soft the onions are. Saucy and delicious. And like I said, this can go in your freezer. Oh, put as many or as little as you like. You know it's going to be messy. But what the heck. I'm only going to do one at a time because I can't fit both in my mouth at the same time. Grab the rest of these paper towels and do a taste test. Drum roll, please. If I had sleeves, I'd be rolling them up. Give it a squeeze. You know, this is my favorite part. Oh my God. Onions are perfect. The hot dog has a little bit of that snap to it. I love the natural casing hot dogs. It just works so much better. Like I said, for this recipe, the longer you let them go low and slow, the better all those flavors are going to be. So, good luck in your next barbecue. Let me know what you think. I hope you make these for your family and your friends because they're really good and they're much better homemade. You can control those ingredients like I always talk about. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a really, really awesome, trust me, awesome picnic potato salad with red skin potatoes. It's awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. Like and share with your friends. I hope you're watching me on Rumble, rumble.com. It's the new platform for all the new people making videos and stuff. I still post on YouTube. or for those of you who are not familiar with Rumble yet, but please go to Rumble and follow Nana's Tiny Kitchen. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Ciao.